Meghan Markle in a legal dispute? Really? Absolutely? 100%? Well, as ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time out. By the way, I'm glad you enjoyed the recent video regarding Buckingham Palace and the real reason why the royals apparently are not too keen to move back into it. I don't know about you. This always made me laugh. The brilliant comedian Barry Humphries, otherwise known of course as Celeste Patterson, and the brilliant Dame Edna Everage, said the reason why he wouldn't want to live there is he'd be forever washing the nets, you know, the net curtains. And when you think about that, it's quite funny, isn't it? You know, to think all of those net curtains need to be washed. And when I've been in there filming, you know, one of the things that I find fascinating is during the summer, they have these fabulous, very thin blinds at the window, which keep most of the flies out. You know what it's like in summer. You always get these flies whirling around, don't you? Not in Buckingham Palace. Yes. Some people say, of course, there might be flies on this particular ex-royal, that is Meghan Markle. Now, as we all know, Queen of Jam, because jam's her thing, right? As is, what is that, pancake mix or whatever? I've got to be honest, I saw a young lady the other day unboxing, you know that phrase, they call it unboxing a product online. Never understand it myself, but there you go. Anyway, they were unboxing the stuff. Gosh, it looked rubbish. You know what I mean? I'm not being unkind, but I thought, well, why would you want to pay all that money for a pot of jam? I can tell you that my favourite, I'll share this with you, chums, my favourite jam is from a store over here called Lidl. You know, it's a discount store, but boy, are their jams nice, and they really taste of them. You know, now I don't know, you know, what they've got in them. We're just that fickle. They're a reasonable price, and they taste like blackcurrant or indeed strawberry, that sort of stuff. Anybody like lemon and lime jam? Do you remember that one? What was that called? English roses. Quite expensive, but delicious. Yes. Back to Meghan. Apparently, yes, legal letter. And to this man, a celebrity chef. You see, he had the audacity, apparently, to come out and say that she can't cook and she's dreadful and all that sort of stuff. Now, when I first saw this, I kind of thought, yeah, I get this, you know. Here's a guy that I'd never heard of, if I'm honest, a celebrity chef, and he's sort of raising his profile, he's talking about himself, and consequently, all of the media picked up because he is a successful chef, you know, no two ways about it. But again, I'm not taking sides here. I don't really think she's ever said she's a chef. She's sort of sharing the bits that she allegedly thinks we're going to like. Sprinkling flowers and everything would drive me insane. I mean, if I'd got scrambled eggs and somebody said, oh, here's a few dried flowers, you think, back off, get some herbs or a good dollop of ketchup. That's what I'd like. Yeah, yes, you see, we're the same. Now, he's claiming that he's had a legal letter from Netflix to stop, refrain and, you know, stop saying this sort of stuff. Once again, picked up by the media. But here's where that gets a little bit confusing, because they're saying over at Netflix that they've never sent any legal letter, they don't know anything about this, and they'd like to see it. Now, it's not on record, I can't find anywhere, so I'm not quite sure exactly whether the chef has produced it or put it on his pages or whatever like that. But apparently this could get quite serious because, well, they're saying if somebody's misrepresenting them by claiming to send legal letters, they'd like to look into it. I did think it was a little bit odd, and I could be proven wrong, but clearly whether somebody said, you know, it's negative towards it, but if you did that, Netflix would be sending out letters all day, would they not? So consequently, I would say that this chef, if he doesn't produce the letter, and maybe he has at the time of recording this, but if he doesn't, then people would say, well, where is it? And I would like to think that clearly, somewhere behind the scenes, this is worked out as a very clever marketing ploy. Not many people had heard of this outside, of course, his own fraternity. And now, once again, people are talking about him. Either way, who's cooking the books? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.